General Haig and I first met in Vietnam. I had been a company commander and what we call a battalion S3. They promoted me, they gave me that job as a captain, which was unusual. Normally it's a major's job. And General Haig came in about October or November of 1966. And he was the G3, the operations officer of the 1st Infantry Division, which was our senior headquarters. And he came down, and I wasn't really sure of this guy because he was not an infantryman, he was an armor guy. But he did extremely well. And we formed a bond. And in a fight, I would control the air and the artillery, he would control the ground movement. And in April, March 31st and April 1st of 1967, we had one of the largest battles of the war, the Battle of Apgu. And it was against our battalion. We had come right in on top of where a very large enemy force, what they call COSVIN, which is Central Office of South Vietnam, they were there, and the whole regiment attacked us. We're outnumbered 10, some places 10 to 20 to 1. It was hand-to-hand fighting. We had perfected this way of putting a defense in, which held. We had a counterattack. Haig led that counterattack. I controlled the air and the artillery. It was a 2-day fight. So we became very close in that time frame that he was there. They then made him the brigade commander as a lieutenant colonel. And then after I came back, I went to the Leavenworth. And then General Haig was now in the White House working with Dr. Kissinger. This was now 1972. I came back from my second tour. And he asked me that something's going to happen. He asked me to come with him. I didn't know what it was. So I said no. I said no 3 times. He called me and said, I really need you. Well, that bond, when you're in a foxhole and you nearly get killed with and he writes about that in his book, by the way. So I went down there, and he's going to say, you're going to understand what service to country really means, and he was right. It was during Watergate, and so I saluted and served for nearly 2 years in the White House. I was a major in a very delicate position. I was not just an aide to General Haig, I was a special assistant to the President of the United States. Very high-ranking, higher ranking than my eventual 4-star position. But he said to me, and I agreed, he said, now is the time to serve your country. And that's what I tried to do in a very difficult time. Not easy to see a president resign, but the country was important, and General Haig gave a great talk to the staff when he said, now is the time to serve your country. Let the Constitution work. The mechanics and the motion and the machinery of government must continue. There you see me with President Ford when he was brought in once Nixon resigned. I was there for 2 months or 3 months with President Ford before General Haig was then selected to be the next Supreme Allied Commander. And again he said to me, I need you to come with me just for a few, get me settled. Well, that lasted another year. So, but that's what we do. And I learned in all of this that it's, you serve your country. And to me, the kids and I, that picture there is promotion by the President. And really, the small one there, Jessica, I wish you could see there was a series of about 5 pictures. I was trying to get everybody out, and she goes like this, and the President picks her up and starts showing her the different things on the shelves, and I was nervous. She was going to, what were they, bean birds, I believe, and I was afraid she was going to break one or something. But the kids really, that was special that they were able to at least be part of that, even though it was a very difficult time.